Larry King tonight. Presidential candidate Rudy Giuliani. Plus, the latest...
Republican presidential hopeful Mike Huckabee is not the first candidate to take this step. As we reported, Rudy Giuliani's top staffers started working without salary.
CNN gives you one last chance to see every candidate before Super Tuesday. Departments, Lou has a special report. And at 8, with the nation's economic future looking cloudy, the CNN Election Center sorts out which candidate may have the best economic plan.
Republican presidential hopeful Mike Huckabee is tightening his finances, and Rudy Giuliani's top staffers started working.
Right now, the Republican presidential candidates are feeling the heat less than a week before their next big contest. But Rudy Giuliani may be sweating more than his rivals, given all the time and resources he's invested in that one state. Let's go to Dana Bash. She's on the campaign trail, watching all of this in Florida. Tense times, Dana, for the Giuliani campaign.
See, this doesn't make any sense to me. A few days ago, they had the time to cover all 5 candidates, plus the 2% that they cover with Ron Paul. And now Fred Thompson dropped out of the race, which had a significant amount of airtime. Why doesn't Ron Paul take that airtime? Instead, they choose to use the 4 people? This doesn't make any sense. Oh wait, they're just gonna rerun the story 3 times, 4 times fold. Where's Giuliani? Oh, he's in Florida. Hey, did he leave? Oh, no, he's still in Florida. Is John McCain still alive? Oh, we're back 30 seconds later. Hey, is Giuliani still in Florida? Oh, he's in Florida. Larry King, Florida, yep.
And the rise and slump of Mike Huckabee, keeping him honest. Also, the key voting bloc that could make or break Republican presidential candidates in Florida. And not necessarily seniors or evangelicals. You'll find out who it is. Plus, we'll take a look at the controversial new document.
Something Republicans are pouncing on.
The change the Democrats want to make is they want to take the change out of your pocket.
In our next hour, you're going to be hearing a lot more from Bill Clinton. He lashes out at the Obama camp, but he also lashes out at the news media when our own Jessica Yellen asks them a question you don't want to hear. This exchange, that's coming up in our next hour. Republican presidential candidates are focusing in on Florida right now, which holds its primary next Tuesday. There's one group of voters there who could sway the race. Current and former members of the United States military. Let's go to our man in Florida, John Zarrillo. He's been covering the story for us. The veterans in Florida, that's a very important block out there, isn't it, John?
Presidential candidates, if you're listening...
What the shit is this? A half a day's worth of news and they can't even mention Ron Paul's name? Now they put the screenshot of all the candidates up and can't put Ron Paul's face on there? I bet you if Fred Thompson was running, they'd put his face up there. Unfortunately.
Out there, here's a bit of advice from Ray and Laura Padgett. Don't flip-flop on your message.
Things political today, that's coming up in a moment. Also, fresh signs that Rudy Giuliani's focus on Florida, that strategy may not necessarily be working. We're going to show you what he's doing to stop any free fall in the polls. Stay with us. You're in the situation. Your brain on a lot of the political news today. First of all, Rudy Giuliani.
You know, when you think about it, well, look at how much money all these candidates are spending. We're talking about over $1 billion for this race for the presidency amongst these candidates. You've already got Huckabee in money trouble. You've got other candidates in money trouble. Other candidates have already dropped out because of a lack of money. It's hard to buy a government or a job these days. They raise this money primarily with contributions from special interests, from contributors on Wall Street, in corporate America, absolutely dependent upon them. And I've got to say, we've got to give John Edwards great credit here. He has not gone there amongst the top candidates, neither has Ron Paul.
Holy shit. Here I took all this time taping CNN thinking that they're so biased, and now they're actually going to do a story about Ron Paul and his campaign finance. They're actually going to tell us where all Ron Paul's money comes from. They're actually going to tell us that he doesn't accept corporate interests. They're actually going to tell us all the important things we need to know about Ron Paul. Now I can just sit back and relax. This is way too easy.
But the idea that they have to do this, it's unseemly.
Never mind. That wasn't a dream I had last night. See, we have this funny thing in my dream called the freedom of the press. I'll hit play so you can continue watching this bullshit propaganda.
Conservatives determined to stop John McCain. We'll talk about the new Republicans in Florida right now. The Republican presidential candidates are feeling the heat less than a week before their next big contest. Rudy Giuliani may be sweating more than his rivals, given all the time and resources he's invested in that state. Let's go to Florida.
9/11, 9/11, 9/11, 9/11. Global jihadi movement, global jihadi, Osama bin Laden, yep, Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden, Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden. Tax cuts, tax cuts, tax cuts. Oh, and since we're in Florida, fuck Castro, fuck him, fuck him.
The candidates are starting to hunt for a different animal.
Early in the nominating process, the candidates were hunting for an elusive prey, the Big Mo, momentum. Did anybody get the Big Mo?
Just how you were doing at the beginning, it's not how you were doing in the middle, it's whether you still have some kick butt at the end.
And John McCain's big comeback gets a thumbs down from some Republican conservatives. Right now, a recent Republican presidential campaign dropout is now backing his former rival, Mike Huckabee. Congressman Duncan Hunter of California said the other. You get a lot of comments on your blog, Jeff. There are a lot of people who are hurting right now out there, and it's certainly coming across.
Well, they're hurting and they're mad, and the one thing they can do is when it's time to go and vote, remember this stuff and vote all the incumbents out. Throw every last one of them out in the street. It can't get any worse. Why don't we just start over?
It's not going to happen.
Well, unfortunately it won't, so that negates all of this concern, doesn't it? Well, if we keep re-electing these morons, then I guess we get what we deserve.
Urgent message to CNN's Jack Cafferty. If you guys do not cover candidates that represent real change, how is anyone going to vote for them? Dumbass.